something is up. Something is up with attraction or with men or with society. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm the one who doesn't get it. It could be that. But let's talk about it today because something's changing. I've been getting more attention. The only time I remember getting this much attention from men in public was when I was like 18, 19. And I had hair like all down my back and I was like really skinny and naive looking. Whoo, they love that, right? What they didn't know is that I was also autistic, so I might look like you could easily take advantage of me, but if you talk to me and flirt with me, I'll just be standing there analyzing you and thinking, what's this guy up to? I'm sure it's nothing good. It's a miracle that I ever ended up with anyone. But you know what? I made some pretty good choices looking back, and I didn't, I have like one or two regrets, but in general, I know that I did the best I could, But I want to talk about it because something weird's going on. What causes attraction? What are men and women attracted to? Are we getting it wrong? What's going on? I'm going to go and put on this massive jar of double wear foundation that I got for free. I feel like it's a little bit too dark when I see it on camera, but when I see it in real life, it looks flawless. It looks like natural skin. So I'm going to try it again today. And this is the Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup in 6N1 Mocha. And yeah, you heard that right. I got it for free. And by the way, if you also like free, I have a download that I'm giving away for people who want to work on starting or are thinking about starting their own online businesses on my other channel. So go watch the latest video and yeah, go ahead and click the link in the description or in the comments. You get a free download from me. Come on, who doesn't love that? It doesn't look terrible, does it? Oh my God, I used a lot. And you know what? That's the thing that I actually don't like. I don't know that I don't like about double wear is it's not as thick as I would hope. Like people are like, oh, it's got such like watch. People are like, the coverage is so good. But like for me, I feel like I have to put a lot on to get that coverage. So anyway, yeah, yesterday it was no less than 3 different men harassing me about something at 3 different times. Okay? One of them drove by me on a bike and said, nice ass. And this made me laugh for a number of reasons. Number one, like, yes, I was wearing yoga pants, but they are baggy yoga pants. And I have a flat kind of ass. And the way I said it, it sounded like sarcastic. I don't think he said it like that. I don't know. It was just rude. And did it bother me that much? No. But next time when I walk down the street now, I'm going to have my camera out because I've noticed that this keeps them away. There was this guy in this like really nice kind of luxury vehicle that started following me through the parking lot. Hey girl. Any guy who calls me like some kind of hey girl or like, I don't like these diminutives from people I don't know. I don't like men trying to push the connection forward or to like create false intimacy. That's what those good morning texts are about. They don't like, I don't know if people realize what they're doing. They're like, I had this cat named Speedy who I talked about on this channel, and I taught him how to give a hug. Which is like, he's standing on top of a table and I go over to the table and he would reach up and put his paws on my neck like this. That's giving a hug. And at the time I was married, my husband came over, he's like, can you get him to hug me? And so Speedy had his paws on me like this, and I was like, give him a hug. And Speedy looks over and he put his hand on his chest like this. It was so cute. you know, and yeah, my husband at the time, he was like, oh, like he was so touched, right? It was like very cute. And so you might look at that and be like, oh, the cat loves humans. He's like trying to give them a hug. But it's like, no, he just learned that when I do this thing, the humans like it. He doesn't know what a hug is. He doesn't care about hugs. He just learned when I do this, the humans like it. And that's what I think men have done with these good morning, beautiful texts. Like I see a good morning text and well, it's not a good morning now because I am annoyed and I gotta reply to this, or like, I don't know. Usually I'll just hit a reaction on it reluctantly. I don't need a good morning from you. And that's the thing, you know, like with these men and the attention and the compliments and the texts and all that shit. I think that for a lot of women, especially younger, even older women, actually, if you're like insecure or whatever. Is this a good color? Let me go get my mirror. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of women who want that kind of attention and validation, you know? I am most definitely not one of them. And I try to make that clear. You know, if you give me these things, it's going to annoy me. You know, like don't get me wrong. Like I love an authentic compliment, you know. One of my, you know, favorite compliments, a guy in Mexico once told me, your voice is like a solfeggio frequency or something like that. Oh, that was one of my favorite things anyone ever said. Or, you know, someone who's like, oh my God, I never thought of it like that. Like you really changed my thinking or something. I appreciate that. Well, you want to tell me I'm beautiful, I'm annoyed. If I can't take that to the bank and pay my bills, like, oh, here you go, landlord. Here's like a bunch of compliments and some good morning text messages. You know, if I can't take whatever you've given or done and turn it into my art and a little, you know, most people are insecure. I get it. You know, and by the way, I give men compliments because, I don't know, I give everyone compliments actually. Is this lighting better? Oh, look at this face of mine. Oh, what do I think of it? I really don't know. I really don't know. Some days I really love it, and some days I absolutely hate it, and I just want to go and crawl in a hole or hop on a plane to Turkey and get the most ridiculous ass nose job the world has ever seen. If I could, I would. It's like secretly kind of like a part of a plan in my mind. It would have to be like a extra careful surgery because surgeries don't hold on me because of my weird health conditions. But can you imagine? And you can't really tell in this video because I always shrink my nose size on camera. Why? Because my mother got enough influence over the misery of my life. She doesn't get to dictate the size of my nose on camera. So just because my stupid, evil ass mother had a gigantic fucking nose that I inherited along with trauma, poverty, and all other generational curses, demons, and other nonsense, I can fix my nose on camera if I want to. And I do. So I do it. But here, I'll take it off on this frame so you can see how big it actually is. So this is my real nose size. I came on here because I wanted to talk about how men don't understand how women are attracted. And a man who doesn't understand how he's attracted and what his urges mean and how to harness his own masculine energy is very unattractive. You know? Just a man who wants to go bleeding out his energy and, you know, inflicting his erection and his on the world. It's like very annoying. And just like, I don't know, if and that's the thing. We as women, it's the same thing. I don't like women who don't know how to harness their energy and control their hormones, right? Once a month, women become demons, okay? And if you're a woman who doesn't understand that and you're just going around here and flipping people off and crying and freaking out and everything else, I think you're just as disgusting as a man who hasn't figured out how testosterone works. Like, how do you literally have a body and you don't know what this hormone, this dangerous ass hormone that is coursing through your body, is doing to you emotionally and physically? You just never thought about it, but you're going to sit there and memorize a bunch of sports facts and know everything about how to take an engine apart and everything else. Okay, cool. It's not hot. You know what I mean? And I'm really sick of, like, this is why I don't know. I kind of start pulling back when a man starts going like, oh my God, I never thought about that. Wow. Oh my God, I never, blah, 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 like from talking to me. That's when I'm like, yeah, you need to pay me if you want to interact further. I'm done. Go read a fucking book. Can I tell you how many times this has happened to me? So it's the second I hear that or I start to see that or I start to get any, I'm just like, yeah. Good luck. Bye. But I'll tell you something. Like, I want to find one good man. I do. And I want to get out of the city. And I want this man to not have children because I want him to be someone who knows how to control his bodily functions. I hate the voices of children and teenagers. Ugh. I'm like, this is why I don't have kids. I would end up in a YouTube video on a true crime channel, and nobody wants that. And that's, again, a part of knowing yourself. Most people don't find out that they're overstimulated and easily irritated until they go and procreate and force their genes on the rest of us here on the planet. So yeah, this is my attention-getting makeup look, apparently. Look at me. I don't know. I think I look good to women. I think I have this like witchy, mystical, spiritually intimidating look. You know? I don't know how else to describe it. But because I have this like, I call it spiritually intimidating. Like, people, I get around them and they start like, you're judging me, or like they start feeling like I'm bringing something out of them, and I can like see through them and they feel uncomfortable. And I kind of can, but like usually I'm just really dissociated and not paying attention to them as a person. I'm just assessing whether they're a threat or not. I'm just really not. Like, anyway, now I'm just like going off and being grumpy. Okay, yeah, I do look cute, but I don't think I look run down the street and make comments and stalk by driving in a parking lot cute. I just, maybe I don't truly realize or something. I don't know. I think what these men did to themselves has made them a little bit feral. And not in the hot way. Not in the way like that guy from Last of the Mohicans. No, they haven't become wild in that kind of way. They become wild in the digital simp, loser, weirdo kind of way. You know? And don't get me wrong, I like simps, but someone who will be a simp for me. Not who's a simp out here following, you know, weird looking women and, you know, a simp for any woman who can attract his attention. That's sad, right? And that's why, like, I feel like some men, they do get turned off by the fact that it is hard to get to me. And I'm not playing a game. I'm just naturally like this. And if straight men want to talk to me, I'm immediately irritated. But guess what? That makes me a good catch. Because you know I'm not out here chit-chatting with all these other dudes. Right? I had an ex who was just, if the waitress asked what we were doing after while he's paying with the debit machine, he thought this meant she was interested. And he, oh, you know, any woman talk to him, it's like this, ooh, he's like interested and he wants to take it further and he wants to this and that. And I'm like, it's just so pathetic, and I wouldn't recommend anyone be in a relationship with someone like that. So yeah, would you want the female version of that? Oh, that guy said I had a nice house. Maybe he's hungry for pancakes. Anyway.